Ohio State's defense took a small step forward in 2022, yet some of the shortcomings there were also the reason why Ohio State didn't hang a national championship banner this past season, frankly. And Nathan Baird here from cleveland.com, along with Andrew Gillis and Stephen Means. Season opens Saturday at Indiana. Ohio State's favored by 30. We don't yet know who Indiana's quarterback is going to be. We know that this is a game that Ohio State's defense, though, should probably come in and expect to dominate. So what does this defense need to show? We're going to go kind of tier by tier in the defense. Steven, starting with the secondary, what do you need to see from the back end of this defense to tell you that this is trending in to take a bigger jump in 2023?
I need to see elite defensive back play. I need to see elite, especially with this team. I need to see elite. I need to see Jordan Hancock, Denzel Burke, Davison Igbinosun, which Jim Knowles said that he sees a rotation, but also Jordan Hancock can move into the nickel spot. I need to see them being elite because that will open up so much for the 7 guys in front of them. Well, I think 7. Yeah, 7 guys in front of them. I need to see
6.
We're not good at math here. Who cares? I need to see Lathan Ransom build on what last year was. I need to see the weapon that I think they're turning him into. I need to see Sonny Styles just be Sonny Styles. We're putting a lot of pressure on a dude who doesn't turn 19 until November, but he's kind of letting us do it. So cool. I need to see him be awesome. And I need to see whoever ends up being that third starting safety, whether it's Josh Proctor, Jahad Carter, or freshman Malik Hartford, who continues to turn heads since he's gotten here. Indiana's not good. They're starting a new starting quarterback. They're also figuring out who their starting quarterback is between 2 guys. And unlike Ryan Day, where he told us who at least going to start, Tom Highland's going to wait till Saturday and just send the guy out there. So we'll find out then. They don't really have elite receivers. They've got a guy from Clemson, and they've got a guy coming off an ACL tear. It's not elite receiver play. So I want to see lockdown, elite-level cornerback play, and I want to see safeties who look like they are weapons out there. Because I want to be so blown away that I'm like, okay, they're going to be really good when they play a team that's actually respectable.
Did you just call IU's coach Tom Holland?
Allen.
I thought you said Tom Holland. I'll take the linebackers because they're a little bit easier. It's only a couple of them, and we already know what we have from Ohio State's linebackers. Like, that was the best unit on the team last year, I think, like per capita, per player. And I think you just need to see an extension of that. This team forming, this linebacker group forms a backbone. Tommy Eichenberg, Steel Chambers. And then now I think, obviously, the question is how much does Cody Simon play? Because they keep talking about him. And does Cody Simon having a bigger role make Steel Chambers and Tommy Eichenberg better in November and December than they would be otherwise? I think that's – so how much does Cody Simon play, and what does that tell us about a plan that Ohio State has coming? And then, obviously, the big X factor is C.J. Hicks. And this is the kind of game where if things go according to plan for Ohio State, he could actually get to play a lot of real linebacker in a game like this. And does he start to show things that tell them that he needs to be on the field more? But I think that remains to be seen. For the most part, though, linebackers just need to continue to be the kind of the nucleus of this defense, do a lot of what they did last year, frankly. Andrew, what does this defensive line need to show us on Saturday to tell us that it's ready to make a jump?
So I think the phrase would be, was it Dennis Green who said it for the Cardinals? We are who we thought they were, or they are who we thought they were, or whatever it is. That you need to be saying that about what 8, they play 3:30 on Saturday. You need to be saying that about 8:00. Like, you need to be looking at the defensive line, going, okay, this is a unit that is not only really good, but this is a unit that can carry the defense. Because you were talking about the secondary, Steven. Can Sonny Styles do this? Can he kind of grow into this role? You got a first-time starter there. You got Malik Hartford, first time seeing reps. You're going to get him on the back end. You're talking about rotation. With the defensive line, you've got guys who, we were talking about this on the pod the other day, might be, if all goes according to plan, these guys are gone after this year because they're first-round picks. Like, that is what you want out of this defensive line with JT, with Mike Hall, with Jack Sawyer. Jack Sawyer just got mentioned the other day by Jim Knowles as being, like, a dominant player over the last few weeks of practice, over the last few days of practice. Like, you need them to be dominant because, again, it's Indiana. You're not going to know how can these guys hold up against Olu Fashanu at Penn State. How can these guys hold up against Joe Alt at Notre Dame, guys who are going to be first-round picks next year in the NFL draft. Like, you're not going to know that yet. But you have got to prove as a defensive line that you are deep enough. You got Kenyatta Jackson. You got to get guys in there like that. If you can prove that you can get after the quarterback, not only with your starting 4, but with guys that can come in off the bench, I think that that's going to prove to me a lot. Because then you're talking about a situation where, okay, you've got depth, you've got good pass rushers, you can stop the run on this defensive line. You look at them and say, all right, this is what we thought. Now you can build to Notre Dame. Now you can build to Penn State when you actually play some really good offensive lines. So that's what you've got to see out of these guys for this first game, I think.
I think a lot of Ohio State's potential as a national championship contender is in that defensive line. If they come out and you can create a four-man rush and let Jim Knowles not have to do as much as he did last year, being as aggressive as he was in some ways, let the back end do a different job, I think it changes a lot of things. But it remains to be seen. We saw it in the spring against their own team. We'll see if they can do it on Saturday against Indiana. Get Buckeye Talk wherever you can find podcasts and get the text 614-350-3315. News, updates, analysis all season long from Buckeye Talk.